So hello, my name is Pablo Hernandez and welcome to the conferences of the Hernandez program, the free conferences. I call them free because they are going to be free forever. Um, what motivates me is that people who want to teach, they are going to see these videos and they are going to know how to teach and they are going to perform well in the classroom. They are going to be excellent teachers because the things that have happened in the Hernandez program were proven in the classroom with real students more than 2 times or 3 or 4, and they proved to be successful, motivating, etc. And that is what we want to accomplish in the classroom. We want to have students who are motivated. In this video, I am going to talk about evaluation. First of all, I'm going to refer you back again to the lists, right? Because we are evaluating with the lists, we are evaluating participation, attendance, we are evaluating classwork, and then we are concentrating the things that we have taught. And what we are doing with all that is that we are putting together a puzzle that is going to give us at the end of a midterm is going to give us a grade. And that is what the student wants to know, is that they are doing good. But believe me, what the student really wants is to learn. They want a number, but they also want to learn. Sometimes teaching is not good, teaching is not effective. So in the end, the students, at least we have all been students, and we are left with a number, and we say, well, I did well because I got an 8 or I got a 10. Now, did we learn? Who knows? Maybe yes, maybe not. The Hernandez program guarantees learning because it has been proven in real classrooms, because I proved that it worked after many tries. That implies that many things have to be withdrawn, many things have to be just completely taken out of the program, activities that didn't work, that were not motivating enough, and now we have a program that works. Now, in terms of evaluation, what you want to do is to evaluate performance. Is it possible to evaluate performance of a student? What happens if your student is sad but is performing the activities that you are giving them? Can you still evaluate that student? Evaluation is not very objective when we are talking about humans, because humans depend on many different factors to learn. Mostly it's about being in a mental state that it's okay. For example, that you are not depressed, that you are not sad, that you are not angry, so that you don't have emotions that interfere with your learning, that you are open to learn new things. That is going to be very important in order for learning to happen. Evaluation is just wanting to understand what happens, that what is happening actually has something of importance for the student. Actually, evaluation is defined in many books as change of behavior. If you notice that a person is changing their behavior, they are learning. Now, evaluation of behavior is very tricky and not very useful sometimes. So, what you do with the lists that you have at hand after you call the roll and you keep your attendance list and you have the participation list is that you are going to ask students questions about the activities, and you want to ask them as many questions as you can in English to help them process the language, and you want to get them to speak a little bit. So you are going to be always prompting the student and asking them, showing them how to do things. You are going to be leading them to accomplish an answer. And you are going to say, well, I think this student deserves a 10 because he did well. And in the end, it depends on the objective of the activity and the nature of the activity, what number you are going to give that student right here. You are going to offer that student a grade, right? Maybe you are going to say, this student performed really well, he participates a lot, or she is a very good student and has a lot of ideas, so I'm going to give her a 10. But in reality, what you want is students to learn. So what we can say evaluation is that it is a drive. It is an energy that is behind that we cannot see. It is something that obligates a student to participate because all of us, we in society, we are conditioned to learn by achieving things. And what you want to do is to help students to achieve things in the classroom in order for them to feel that they learn, and then you can give them a number. In the end, they don't even care about the number if that number more or less represents what they think or how they think they perform inside the classroom. It is going to be a very subjective activity. It is always in that way. But in the end, we need the numbers, and we need to figure out whether we are better than others or whether others are better than us. But we are not going to get into the nitty-gritty or the details about evaluation. But what we can say is that mainly what we try to do with teaching is to change or to get students to change a behavior. When they learn something they didn't know, they are changing their behavior. We can call that learning, and we want to offer a grade to that because we want students to know that they are making progress. We are going to offer a 6 or an 8 when the student is not achieving fluency or coherence or pronunciation. And when they are doing it, you are going to give them an 8 or a 10. You are going to give them higher grades the higher they perform. And in the meantime, in 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 between what they don't know and between what they want to know or what they are going to know, you are going to be helping them to learn. And if you are using technologies, you are going to want to have videos or tutorials, or you are going to send them to those tutorials or to those websites that are going to help them to learn. And those are things that are going to be paramount in evaluation. Then at the end of the midterm, if you can show that students didn't know something at the beginning, but then after that they are now able to put their ideas together, then you can say that your evaluation is working. So as I said, this evaluation is something that is all around us. It is something that is very close to our perception of learning, and it is very close to motivation. In the end, if you help the student to change his or her behavior by learning something that they didn't know, then I can say, or you can say that they have accomplished objectives and that you are using an evaluation system that works. Because an evaluation system that doesn't take the student higher and higher and higher and higher, and it's only flat, it's not showing change of behavior in the student. Therefore, that evaluation system is not working. And the evaluation system in the Hernandez program works because the points that student is learning every single class and the grades that they are achieving are helping them to change their overall behavior at the end of a course or a term or a unit, and that those grades are going to be something that you can say, well, at the beginning you had a 5, but then you came up with an 8 or a 9 or even a 10 in some areas. That means that you change your behavior. That means that evaluation is working. So that is what I have to say right now about evaluation. It's not a single concept, and you are going to understand more about this the more you see videos and the more you see the Hernandez program, how it works. You are going to learn more about evaluation, and you are going to get the feeling, and you are going to get the gist of it, and you are going to finally use it as a second nature in the classroom, and you are going to get students to learn, which is what evaluation is for. On the other hand, if you don't have evaluation and you don't know, you cannot measure, and you are not measuring the progress of students in a unit or a course, then your teaching might not be working very properly. So we will continue talking more about concepts in the Hernandez program, but this is right now what I have to tell you about evaluation, and I think it is very useful. So continue watching your free Hernandez program videos. Thanks.